Hey, let's talk about how recognizing an emotion is only the beginning. Once a person realizes, well, I'm hurt, or I'm angry, or I'm disappointed, or I'm afraid, another challenge immediately appears. How do I tell the person I love without making everything worse? So, for many neurodiverse couples in which one person is autistic, the other one is not, this question can feel more difficult than identifying the emotion itself. Negative emotions introduce uncertainty into a relationship, and uncertainty can be particularly stressful for nervous systems that depend heavily on predictability, which would be the ASD nervous system. An autistic spouse may be perfectly capable of discussing schedules, finances, household responsibilities, parenting decisions, or practical problems, yet become remarkably uncomfortable when the subject changes to disappointment, resentment, loneliness, or hurt. The difficulty there is not a lack of emotional depth for the ASD spouse. In fact, often it's the opposite. The emotional stakes feel so high that the nervous system becomes cautious. A practical problem can usually be examined from a distance. An emotional problem, however, feels personal. If the dishwasher needs repair, no one has to wonder whether the dishwasher still loves them. But if an NT spouse says, "I've been feeling very disconnected from you," the entire relationship can suddenly feel uncertain. This difference helps explain why some autistic adults respond to negative emotions by immediately searching for facts. Facts feel stable. Emotions feel fluid. Facts can be checked. Emotions must often be explored. Facts usually have boundaries, but emotional conversations often expand unpredictability into old memories, previous disagreements, fears about the future, and questions about the relationship itself. Now, for a nervous system that values structure, the safest response seems obvious. Reduce the conversation to something concrete. Unfortunately, the neurotypical spouse who is trying to communicate emotional pain experiences this movement towards facts as avoidance. If you're struggling in a neurodiverse marriage and you'd like some help, maybe you're having the same arguments over and over, maybe communication is broken down, maybe one partner feels lonely and emotionally disconnected while the other feels criticized, overwhelmed, or completely confused about what they're supposed to do differently, that's exactly what this email consultation is designed to help with. And here's how it works. You're going to send me an email and tell me as much as you can about what's happening in your relationship. Now, you don't have to write it perfectly. Just tell me your story. So you email me the background information, then I'll review what you've written and I will respond within 24 hours. My goal is going to be to give you some concrete suggestions, practical steps based on specific problems you've described in your email. In other words, I want to give you something you can actually start using now. So if you're struggling in your neurodiverse relationship and you'd like to get the ball rolling, consider starting with a one-time email consultation. Sometimes the most important thing is simply knowing where to start. So there's going to be a link that reads Start Neurodiverse Marriage Coaching by Email. It's going to be in the description area below this video and also pinned in the comments section. I look forward to working with you. Okay, let's get started.